to meet you all. Now we will be discussing the next topic in analysis of determinate structure, that is static and kinematic indeterminacy of structural system. So in the previous class we have discussed what are the structural forms and structural systems, and what do you mean by determinate and indeterminate structures. So in this part of lecture I will be discussing what are the further things in indeterminate structure. So we found that determinacy and indeterminacy are the two classification of structure. Okay. In the indeterminacy, what are the further subdivisions? Okay, there are two types of indeterminacy basically. One is static indeterminacy and another one is kinematic indeterminacy. In definition, if all the reaction of the structural can be found out from the equation of statics alone, the structure is statically determinate. So it simply explains the thing. We know that these are the translational equilibrium equation, that is f of x, f of y and f of z, and these are all rotational equilibrium equation, that is mx, my, mz. If all the sum of these values are equal to 0 for a space structure, and so there are different types of structure, that is for a space structure, that is three-dimensional structure, you can use this equation. For a planar structure, we can reduce this equation to sum of f of x equal to 0 and sum of f of y equal to 0. We are only considering x and y direction. The z direction is omitted. The third dimension is being omitted. So due to the symmetry, you can omit that another dimension, and sum of mz equal to 0. So this will be the equilibrium equation for planar structure, that is it can be a beam, it can be a frame. If you can find all the reactions by using these three equations, then the structure is called static determinate structure. And what is indeterminacy is, it is only an analytical term. For analysis, if it requires more equation, then it is known as indeterminacy. It is the case of only using how many equations to solve the problem, to solve the structure, how much the complication in a structure. So that depends on indeterminacy. Practically all the structures are indeterminate, and if the degree of indeterminacy is high, that is if you need more equations to find the reactions in a structure, then the analysis will be complicated. So the complication is also known as indeterminacy. Okay. If not, it is statically indeterminate. So if you can find the reaction by using these three equations, then it is known as determinate structure. If you cannot find that by using only these three equations, but this equation is required, in addition to that you require further formulations, derivations in order to solve the problem. We require additional equations for every additional reaction component. These can be obtained from equations of conditions or compatibility equations. So in earlier lecture you can check my video. In equilibrium and compatibility we have discussed the content. Okay, so SI is static indeterminacy. Further, the static indeterminacy are two types. One is external indeterminacy and internal indeterminacy. So if you want to find static indeterminacy external, you can use this formula, that is R minus 3. So here R is known as number of support reactions and 3 is known as number of equilibrium equations. So for a planar structure, you will be having 3 number of equilibrium equations. So here it is written as 3. So this is the formula to find external static indeterminacy. So the external static indeterminacy depends upon the reactions alone. So how the supports are being connected. So through this connection, if you have indeterminacy, then it is known as external indeterminacy. Okay, these are some understandings before getting into the solution of number of problems. Okay, for a fixed support, you will be having 3 number of reactions. For a hinged structure, so this is the condition for fixed. For a fixed support, you will be having 3 number of reactions, that is horizontal, vertical and a moment. Okay. For a hinged support, so this is an example for hinged support. For hinged support, you will be having 2 number of reaction components. Okay. Then for a roller support, so this is a roller support, you will be having only one reaction, and so number of reaction components will be 1, that is vertical. Okay. By this understanding, we can find the external indeterminacy of this structure. So we know the formula for external indeterminacy, that is R minus 3. What is R? R is number of reactions for a fixed beam. So you will be having 3 number of reactions here, and you will be having another 3 number of reactions here. So if you add the total number of reactions, the reaction will be 6. So 6 minus 3 will be 3. So there are 3 number of unknown member force components in a fixed beam. Okay. So what is the external static indeterminacy of a propped cantilever beam? Okay. So you are having one end hinged here. So for a hinged support, you have 2 reactions, and for fixed end, you will be having 3 reactions. So 3 plus 2 is 5. So number of equilibrium equation will be 3. So 5 minus 3, you will get 2. So for a one end fixed, other end hinged structure, you will be having number of unknown member force will be 2. So similarly for the next case, that is one end fixed and other end is roller support. So for roller support, you have one reaction, and for fixed support, you have 3 reactions, that is horizontal, vertical and a moment. So totally 4. 4 minus 3 will be 1. Okay. Next case will be both the ends hinged. So you have 2 reactions here and another 2 reactions here, that is for hinged support. 4 minus 3 will be 1. Okay. So the last case will be one end is hinged and other end is roller. So here you will be having 2 number of reaction, and here you will be having 1. So 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 minus 3 number of equilibrium equation equals 0. So this is known as determinate structure. So if you have R minus 3 equal to 0, then it is known as determinate structure. You can find the reaction of vertical and horizontal and a vertical. This 3 number of reaction by using the 3 equations alone, that is sum of f of x equal to 0, sum of f of y equal to 0 and sum of m equal to 0. So by using this equation, you can find the reactions here. But for this structure, you need additional equation. So that is why it is 1 degree of indeterminate, and this is also 1 degree of indeterminate, and this structure is have 2 degree of indeterminacy, and this structure have 3 degree of indeterminacy. So this is the way to differentiate the structure analytically. So if you find this as the first step, then you can use the number of equations required to solve the problem. Okay. So this is what I have discussed. A structure may be indeterminate either externally or internally. So in the last slide, we have discussed externally indeterminate structure. Now, what do you mean by internal indeterminacy? So these determinacy depends upon members. The internal indeterminacy depends on members, and external determinacy depends on the support reactions. So now can you differentiate? So these are all known as supports. So at one end you have a hinge support and other end you have a roller support. So these are all known as support reaction. You have one reaction here, you have two reactions here. So how to find the external indeterminacy? Number of reaction here is 3, 3 minus 3 will be 0. So this is externally determinate structure. And the next case, if you want to find internal indeterminacy, what do you want to do? You have to use this equation, that is m equal to 2j minus 3. So this will be your formula. You know what is j? J is known as number of joints, m is known as number of members. Okay. So now for this problem, if you find number of members 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So now you have 13 number of members. And how many joints are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you have 8 number of joints. So if you substitute here, j is joint, that is 8 into 2 is 16 minus 3. So you will be having 13. So number of members will be 13. 13 minus 13 will be 0. So now this structure is internally indeterminate up to 0 degree. So this is the way to find the internal indeterminacy. And next case, for a space truss. A space truss is a three-dimensional component. These structures are used to construct transmission towers. So for electrical transmission or mobile transmission tower will be constructed by using this space truss. So you can see, and number of roofs for large spans you can use this space truss. So these are all three-dimensional members. So you can see you are having three-dimensional object. So for this kind of structure, how to find the determinacy? You have 3j equal to m plus r. R is number of reaction component. Okay, let us apply for this structure. So number of members will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So members are 6. Number of reactions. So you are having 3 number of supports here. So for 3 number of supports, for each support you are having 3 number of reactions. So for a space truss, for translational purpose you have 3 dimensions. That is why you will be having 3 number of translational reactions. So 3 into 3 will be 9. Okay. So now j number of joint 1, 2, 3, 4. You will be having 4 number of joint. So after getting these values, you can substitute. So 3 into j is 4. So it is 12, and m plus r. So number of members is 6 and r is 9. 6 plus 9 is 15, and if you subtract 15 minus 12, you will be getting 3. So this space truss is indeterminacy up to 3 degree. Okay. So how to find the internal indeterminacy for this space truss? The formula is 3j equal to m plus r. So you will be having 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 number of reactions. So 4 into 3 will be 12. Number of members will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you will be having 8 number of members, and joints will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You will be having 5 number of joints. So 5 into 3 will be 15. If we substitute here, 20 minus 15 will be 5. So this space truss have 5 degree of indeterminacy. So this is the way to find for space truss. Okay. And next type of structure is plane frame structure. So these are all concrete frames. if you have concrete frames like this, you can use the below formula to find indeterminacy. So how to find that? I is known as indeterminacy equals 3m plus r minus 3j plus c, where m is number of members, r is number of reaction. So members are 1, 2, 3, say for example, and reactions are the support reaction. You are having one roller, you will be having one reaction, and this is a roller support and another reaction. So for this case, you have two number of reactions. Okay, so J is number of joints. So how many joints are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 number of joints plus C. So if you have any hinges, and that hinges is known as C. So C is known as number of conditions of equation. So it is technically written here, if you have any hinges, so that hinge is considered as an equation. So you don't have any hinges, so C will be 0. So you can put this as 0. Now if you want to substitute, so 3 members will be m equal to 3. So 3 into 3 will be 9. 9 plus 2, number of reactions. So it will be 11, and minus 3 into number of joint is 4. So 4 3 are 12. So if you subtract this, you will be getting minus 1. If you are getting minus 1, then it is known as unstable. So there is a case for stable and unstable structure. So you cannot build a structure like this. Say for example, if you are building a concrete frame like this, and this frame is being supported by rollers, what happens if any horizontal force is acting? This structure will move from one place to another place. So after certain quantity of load, your structure may be found at another place. So you will be constructing at one place, your structure may move according to the force to another place. So we don't want our structure to get moved by external force. So that is why it is called unstable structure. So if you have 0 value, then it is known as stable. So whatever might be the horizontal force there, your structure is not going to move. Okay, for the next case, we can find the indeterminacy, that is internal indeterminacy for this frame. Here you have one end hinged and other end roller. So for hinged end you have 2 reactions, and for roller end you will be having 1 reaction. So number of reaction will be 3. So R is 3 here. C will be, there is no hinge here, that is 0, and number of members will be 1, 2, 3. The same 3 members, and joints will be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, for the same condition, if you apply here, you will be getting the value of 0. Now if it is 0, then it is known as stable and determinate structure. So this is internally determinate and stable in the sense externally stable. So you have 3 number of equations, that is external indeterminacy is also here. So there is no external indeterminacy. Okay, if you go to next case, in this case only thing is the other support is also injured. So if this is injured, you will be having additional 1 reaction when compared to this. You will be having 2 reactions, and this support will also be having 2 reactions. So that is why total number of reactions is 4. Okay, the remaining components are same. So if you substitute here, you will be getting the value of 1. So this is the way to find the indeterminacy here. Say for example, for the same structure, if you add another member here, see, for this case, if you add additional members, so what happens now? Now you will be getting a member, you will be getting 4 number of members, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 number of members, and joints will be same 4 number of joints, and reaction will be 1, 2 here, and C will be 0, there is no hinge here. So if you find now, you will be getting the answer of 2. Now for this case, the internal indeterminacy will be 2 here. So here I want to point out once again, the internal indeterminacy depends on the number of members and external indeterminacy depends on number of support reactions. So that is why first, if you want to find external indeterminacy, you can find by using R minus 3. So R is number of reactions, you have 2 reactions, here you have 1 reaction. So 3 minus 3 will be 0. Now it is known as externally stable. If we apply the same formula here for external indeterminacy, here you have one equation and another reaction will be here, and if you add 2 number of reaction minus 3, so 2 minus 3 will be minus 1. So that is why it is called externally unstable. So it is not fit for construction. So for this case it is externally stable, and if you have both the ends injured, so number of reactions will be 4, 4 minus 3 will be 1. So it is externally indeterminate to 1 degree. Okay, how to find internal indeterminacy? Here you have this formula. So you have to use number of members 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and number of joint is 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and number of reaction is 2, C will be 0, and if you find this structure is internally indeterminate to 2 degree, if you substitute in this formula, and now you can use the same concept here, you will be getting the value of 3 and the value of 4. This is the way to find the internal and external indeterminacy. Now here you can see it is internally indeterminate to 4 and externally indeterminate to 1. So you can add 1 plus 4, so the total indeterminacy is 5. So if you want that, you can add the values. Okay, for the same case, so you would have wondered, so what do you mean by C? So in order to find the C, if you find any hinge, see in this case you are finding a hinge in your structure. So you now for this structure C will be 1. The structure is same, we already know that this is unstable structure, and now if you substitute in this formula 3m plus r minus 3j plus c, so number of members will be 3 and number of reactions will be 2. So this will be 9 plus 2 will be 11, and minus 3 into j will be number of joints here is 4 plus 1. So if 12 plus 1 will be 30. So now 11 minus 13 will be minus 2. So this structure will be minus 2, that is it unstable to 2 degree. So this is the understanding of internal indeterminacy, and for the same structure if you substitute in this equation you will be getting internal indeterminacy of minus 1, even though it is externally stable but it is internally unstable to 1 degree. And on the next case, now this case you can find internally stable and determinate. Okay, this is another case of space frame. This is a 3-dimensional structure similar to space truss. So for a truss members, space truss are 3-dimensional steel elements. Now for space frame, this is 3-dimensional concrete structure, and you can see this kind of structure in many apartments and buildings. For this kind of structure, if you want to find internal indeterminacy, you can use this formula 6m plus r minus 6j. And now let us substitute this equation for this example. So now m is member, r is reaction, and j is joint. So number of members will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So you will be having number of members 13. That is M is 13, R number of reactions. So you will be having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So and at the supports and at the connections 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you will be having 12 number of joints. So in the bottom floor you will be having 6 number of joints, and in the top floor you will be having 6 number of joints. So totally 12 number of joints. Okay. So number of reactions. Then how to find the number of reactions? You know that there are 3 dimensions, that is x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. So you will be having 3 translational possibilities, that is 3 reaction and 3 number of rotation, that is with respective to x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. So these are the number of reaction at a single support. So finally, for a single joint, you will be having 6 number of reactions. So you are having 6 number of supports. So 6 6 are 36. So you will be having 36 number of reactions. Okay, let us substitute in this equation. If you substitute, you will be getting the value of 42. So this space frame has indeterminacy of 42. The internal indeterminacy is 42. Okay, like this way you can find the static, internal and external indeterminacy. Now what do you mean by kinematic indeterminacy is the minimum number of moments with which the kinematic configuration of the overall structure can be defined. So kinematic is movement. So static determinacy depends upon the number of support reaction, and kinematic indeterminacy depends on the movement of the support reaction. So I will explain here. The kinematic unknowns are the joint movements and the member end movements. So it can be either at the joint or at the end of the member. The formula will be for finding the kinematic indeterminacy for beam and frame. You can use 3J minus R, where J is number of joint and R is number of reaction. So for a trusses, you can use 2J minus R. J is number of joint here and R is reaction. So how much of movement is possible at a joint? So that is known as kinematic indeterminacy. Okay, for this same case, so let us deal here the same way how we dealt the static indeterminacy. Now for a fixed end, we know that the fixed support has 3 number of reactions, that is vertical, horizontal and a moment. That is 3 number of reactions. This is static indeterminacy. Now what do you mean by kinematic indeterminacy is, so for this fixed joint cannot move, so that is known as kinematic. So it cannot move, so there is 0 kinematics. So the kinematic indeterminacy is 0. So this fixed beam cannot move anywhere. Okay, what about the hinged joint? So for a hinged joint, you will be having 2 number of reactions, that is vertical and horizontal. Hence it is written as 2. So if you apply any moment here, this support will not take moment, hence it bends. So this joint tries to rotate. That is why it has 1 number of kinematic indeterminacy. Okay, for a roller support, you will be having 1 number of reaction. So what do you mean by that? It can support only force in vertical direction. So that is why 1 reaction is here. What about the other 2 cases? It cannot take the load in horizontal as well as moment. So you will be having 2 number of kinematic indeterminacy. So this is the way to understand. Okay, by using this formula, if we can understand, now for this case, it is both the ends are fixed. Now let us use 3j minus r. So this is a planar member. So you can see for a beam or a planar member or frame, you can use 3j minus r. So this is a beam, we can use 3j minus r. So now you have two number of joint. Okay, so 3 into 2 minus r is number of reaction. So number of reaction is 3 here and number of reaction is 3 here. So if you substitute, so 6 minus 6 will be 0. So this beam has kinematic indeterminacy of 0 and static indeterminacy of 3. You can find this by using r minus 3. So number of reaction will be 6 minus 3 will be 3. So this we have already found out. Now we are interested in kinematic indeterminacy. Okay, what is Ki for this beam? Now you have two number of joint, that is 3 into 2, that is 6. How many reactions are there? For fixed end you have 3 reactions and for hinged end you have 2 reactions. So 6 minus 5. So 3 plus 2 is 5. So this is 1 degree of kinematic indeterminacy. And for this structure you have 3 reaction plus 1, 4 number of reaction, and 3 into 2 is 6 minus 4. You have 2 degree of indeterminacy for this structure. So this is the way to find kinematic indeterminacy of the structure. Okay, if you want to find for this structure, number of joint is 2 and 3 into 2 will be 6 minus number of reactions will be 1, 2 and 3, 4. You will be having 4 number of reactions. So 6 minus 4 will be 2. For this structure also you will be having kinematic indeterminacy of 2. At which point this beam can move is, it can move in rotational direction and this support can move in rotational direction. Okay, and for the last case let us find, so 2 number of joints here, so 3 into 2 is 6, number of reaction is 2 plus 1, that is 3, so 6 minus 3 will be 3. So this beam has kinematic indeterminacy of 3. So this is the way to find kinematic indeterminacy for a structure, that is number of possible displacement or movement. So this is the thing which is indicated here, the minimum number of movements with which the kinematic configuration of overall structure can be identified. The movement of the structure can be identified. Okay. So we can also find the kinematic indeterminacy for trusses. So for a truss, the formula is 2j minus r. How many joints are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you have 8 number of joints. So 2 into 8 is 16. How many reactions are there? For a hinge, you will be having 2 number of reactions. So here there is a hinge and here you are having a roller support here. So for a hinge, you are having 2 number of reactions. This is 1. So all the supports are hinged joint. So if you apply 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 and here you are having a roller support, this is 15. So you are having 15 number of reactions. So 16 minus 15 will be 1. So this structure has kinematic indeterminacy of 1. The same way you can find the kinematic indeterminacy of this structure also. So let me conclude this. In this topic you have understood the concept of indeterminacies, that are static indeterminacy and kinematic indeterminacy. How to further classify static indeterminacy, that is internal indeterminacy and external indeterminacy, and for kinematic indeterminacy, how to find the kinematic indeterminacy. You will be having formulas for each and every type of structure. For a beam type structure you are having a formula, for frame type structure, for truss oriented structure you are having different formulas. So you can apply those formulas in order to find the indeterminacy. What is the purpose of finding this indeterminacy? If you find more number of indeterminacy, the structure is complicated to do manually. So if you have 100 number of indeterminacy for your building, what happens? You need 100 number of additional equations to solve the problem. So that is why the structure which is having higher number of indeterminacy, they are being solved by computers. So that is why where we use computers. Now the softwares are available for multi-story structure, that is it can be 12 story, 16 story, up to 100 stories it can go. So what happens there, you will be having thousands of indeterminacy. So if you want to find manually, it will take time and there may be possibilities of human errors. So in order to reduce that, computers came and it is driving those indeterminacy cases. So here you have to understand how we can analyze a structure and how we can simplify a structure and how to make your structure stable under the external forces. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this session. See you again. Happy learning. See you again.